Incumbent Ben Stewart hopes he's done enough for the constituents of Kelowna-West to be returned to Victoria for another 4-year term. The West Kelowna businessman is looking to reclaim the riding he won in a by-election 2 years ago. Stewart sat down with Castanet News to talk about the election and why he wants to return to Victoria.
March the 13th, when the public health officer made the announcement that they were virtually shutting down the province, people were being laid off. I mean, there was so much uncertainty, and I think that that's one of the things about being in government, is that certainty is such an important part to getting out of this. And when I look at the fact that although I've served and had things that I've been very proud of, I think more importantly right now, the time to restore confidence, rebuild, is so important. And I think that I have a lot to offer in that area, both from a community and business background.
Stewart spoke on the NDP's track record.
You can look at their track record over the last 3 years about the things that they claim to be doing. I mean, the infrastructure, there's lots of promises, but the promises haven't developed into anything that's really been meaningful. The only, we've heard about things like the Massey Tunnel being replaced with another tunnel, meaning that it's being studied and nothing's happened. Patello Bridge, the 4-laning on Highway 1. A lot of those projects are ones that we expect. The Cancer Centre in Kamloops, people are expecting. I mean, if you look at our record, in our period of time in government, we built 14 new hospitals. We built literally thousands of miles of highway improvements, etc., bridges, etc., and we've committed to over $30 billion of new infrastructure to help restart the economy. So, no, I don't agree that their plan is very solid, and I think people are looking for a certainty. Of course, the vaccine is the most certain thing, but secondly, the economy and the fact that people have a paycheck and can afford to get things done.
And the number of issues for Kelowna-West.
When I ran in the by-election in 2018, one of my very first or highest priorities was dealing with the issue about both supportive housing, but the issues that support or the reasons people sometimes find themselves in that situation where they don't have housing. A lot of that has to do with the opioid crisis, which is really relatively new in the terms of both the start of it, the veracity of the potency of the drugs, and I think that one of the things that I've really believed in, and I know our party, we support the fact that housing is important, but not without wraparound support. So mental health and addiction support, we haven't seen any of that across the province, even though that there's been a minister appointed to that. What we've seen is Cornerstone just down the street here. We've seen other projects that have been built in the community that are more temporary and warehousing-like situation rather than permanent solutions for people that need affordable housing to actually get a housing that they can afford and know that it's a place that they can call their own.
You can hear the complete interview in the corresponding story. For Castanet News in Kelowna, I'm Wayne Moore.